Thank you. So between 16 and 28th of May, a group of 12 students, including me, went to Girona in behalf of the Know-How project. But how were all of us chosen? How did we become part of this project? Everything started with a notification on the website of the university. There were 12 opportunities for students. The notification is still there for students to see and maybe apply for future projects. But what is Know-How purpose? As Professor Enkeleit said on the first video, is developing centers, but not as research centers, but as centers for a connection point between universities and startup or businesses, so they can use university technology for their services. Well, let's start from the flight to Girona. We had a direct flight from Tirana to Barcelona, and from there we took a bus to Girona. It was, for some students, the first flight, so it was a pretty good experience. Hospitality, everything was taken care of from university and from Know-How organization. We stayed in a bed and breakfast hotel and had our meals on university. We had so many opportunities to travel and to see the city of Girona. Andrea Bitfalvi was one of the coordinators, and she made sure that every need of ours was fulfilled. I want to also thank Adis and Boyan for all the support they showed. Okay, on Monday 16, which was our first day at the university, we met with our university representatives and also with our trainers. You can see on the right is the campus, which was a big and amazing campus, and on the bottom for all the students and our university representatives. We had a 5-day training on our first week. On day 1, we had an introduction and team building. We were 5 universities participating, and we built teams from 1 student from each university. On day 2, we had ideation, economics and management perspective. On day 3, understanding the market, data collection, data analysis and business modeling. On day 4, we used some management tool and we did some practical work. And on day 5, we talked about stakeholders, how to give a good speech, and developing business models. On our second week, we have a 5-day group work. We worked a little bit individually and a little bit with our groups, so we could create our business idea. And during this week, we brainstormed with each other, and we asked some professors consultation, so we could have to perfectionate our ideas. I'm going to talk briefly about, we were 10 teams in total. I'm going to talk briefly about our ideas. So team 1 was smart garden, a vertical garden, which you could grow vegetables or small fruits, and this you could water and rotate it from an application. Team 2 thought about the security button. So it was like a smart pen or little device that when pressed, you could send a notification to the police station, and it would show your location. Team 3, Inosus, which was my team, was about creating smart benches that you could charge your electronic bike or electronic scooters. Team 4 was Eco5, creating a system that detects fires in forests, and this had a thermal sensor, and it would send a notification to farmers or businesses nearby, and on stronger signals, it would send the notification to the firefighters. Team 5, Raina, was developing a machine that helped with recycling of medical waste in hospitals or healthcare centers. Team 6, Healthcare app, where for minor health issues, patients do not have to go to the doctor, but can contact the doctor through an app and don't have to wait in long lines or pay big fees. Team 7 was Trash and Cash, buying a recycling machine and implementing it on Balkan countries and use it to get points and get rewarded from them. Team 8 was Innovation Nation, implementing VR technology in touristic buses, so you could see the architecture without obstacles. You could also hear about the story of the attraction and how they built along history. Team 9, Smart Blackboard, a device that is used to clean the board. This would be useful for teachers, so they don't have to worry if students got their notes or not, because a scan of the board will go directly to their emails. And finally, Team 10, a chip for pets to show their location and measure their health, like temperature, blood pressure, or other health checks. Then on Friday of the second week was the presentation day. All teams had 2 minutes to present their ideas for a jury. This jury then chose the 3 best teams to explain in 15 minutes their idea in more detail, and the team that won a special prize. Visiting Girona, now comes the traveling part. So we visited Girona on our free time, and we saw the most attractive places. Like, for example, the photo on the left is a bridge called the Eiffel Bridge, because it was designed by the same person who designed the Eiffel Tower. On the left is like the Cathedral of Girona. On top right, another campus of the university. I think we are 4 or 5 campuses. And on the bottom, the river of the city. Then on the weekend, on our first Saturday, we visited Barcelona. We took a train there for, it was like an hour and a half, approximately. We visited the Sagrada Familia, the Arc of Triumph, the Casa Bath of Gaudi, and I don't know what that is. We visited Costa Brava, one of the most beautiful coastlines of Spain. There were so many beaches there, but we only had time for one of them. And this one was called Port Bell, I think. And as you can see, it is beautiful. And in conclusion, I could say that this experience was definitely awesome. By studying entrepreneurship and innovation, we learned the underlying principles of starting a business, pitch ideas more effectively, validate our product, develop a solid business model, and set up for success in a field where failure is common. I want to thank my university for the opportunity they gave me. I want to thank the students, 11 students there that were with me, and I want to thank you for your attention. Thank you.